Apple ASMR.
After a long journey, you have arrived in the city of Gebolrah. It is an ancient and mystical city full of magic and intrigue around every corner. Only those born in the city can practice magic, mysticism, and hypnosis, a law brought in many years ago by the first Grand Master of the city, though now long gone with a governor in place of them. You note that Gebolrah is a somewhat run-down city and decide to find lodgings closer to the palace. It's then you spot a man in the crowd who appears to be beckoning you to follow him. He seems friendly enough, but all is not as it seems. You approach, and a group of men attack you. A while later, you awake to find you have been blindfolded and tied to a chair. The room is clearly dark. A candle appears to be the only light illuminating the room.
Ah, you are awake, my friend. No, don't speak. In fact, you can't. The draught we have given you has relaxed your muscles, including your jaw. It's no use squirming or trying to escape. Listen, I have a friend who would like to meet you. She has something important you need to know, and I wouldn't want to disappoint her by letting you escape now, would I? She knows this city well. She was born and grew up in this place, so is remarkably familiar with all the streets. She can have one of her personal agents follow and recapture you in seconds. Her insight is that powerful. Whom am I speaking of? Ah, yes, I can see the question as you attempt to speak. The dark hypnotist named Sophia is of whom I speak. You quiver in fear. Is her power that well known? Hark! Here she comes. Good day to you, Sophia. I shall leave you and our new friend to discuss your business.
Thank you, Rafiq. Now, my friend, let us remove that ugly blindfold and see your face. Oh my, such mesmerizing eyes you have. Something I can appreciate. I shall take pleasure in ensuring that you follow my every instruction. And you will. Trust me. You seem fearful, yet intrigued. I can tell that you're troubled. Fear not. I don't mean to harm you. My name is Sophia, and I'm a hypnotist. Born and raised in this city, I am of the people, the best of my kind. I have powers and abilities that someone such as yourself could only dream of. I can manipulate monarchs. I can change an army's victories to losses through the power of hypnosis alone. You have a mission to complete, do you not? Yes, well, it would be wrong of me to allow you to return to Ondar with your prize in hand. No. We can't have that now, can we? My employer has asked that I ensure that you return to them with the crown. It would be most disappointing should you fail to follow my instructions. Now, let us get you nice and relaxed. Never take your eyes off of me for a second. Now, my friend, I have no doubt that you would like to relax. Relax. Perhaps you'd even like to sleep a little. After all, it's such a long journey from Ondar to the capital city of the desert realm. Let me help you in your weariness. Now I know I have you enthralled to me. And oh my God, I shall plant my instruction in your mind. I must return to the crochet. The Lord of the city wants the crown of the Tyrant King for himself. You must take it to him without haste. I crave for his return. The darkness he brought to the land. Oh, the power, the energy. With the Tyrant King back in this world, my kind will be able to dominate the realm and become even more powerful. Now, we bring this session to a close. You will awaken at the snap of my fingers. You will remember nothing of this meeting. Don't worry, though. I certainly shall.
Apparently, last night you were found drunk and disorderly, but instead of arresting you, the City Watch, knowing of your mission, decided it would be best to put you up for the night. In the morning, you were called to a small building outside the palace of the governor, where the Grand Vizier is waiting for you. They do not seem happy at the news of your arrival, nor do they seem happy about the reasons for your visit.
Thank you, guards. You may leave us. Well, it seems you had quite the party last night, my friend. I imagine you remember very little of it. When my guards found you, they reported that you had came out of a dark alleyway and passed out right in front of them. They knew who you were, of course. We had received a description of you from your employer not too long ago. It's unfortunate that we have met under these circumstances, shall we say? Oh my! Oh, you're not from this area, I understand. Well, allow me to introduce myself then. I am Jordana, of the House of Xavier, Grand Vizier to the Governor of the Desert Realm, and head of the Guild of Sorcerers. It takes a lot of skill and preparation to be a mage, you know. Also an innate ability. My mother was a powerful sorceress. My father was a diviner. Grandparents were mystics on both sides. I am the first of my family to reach the position of Grand Vizier. With that comes a great responsibility. One that I do not take lightly. Contrary to popular belief, my goal is not to gain power. I already have enough of it. I do not wish to add to my current influence. Instead, I wish to bring peace. That is my goal. To bring peace and to protect all of the people of this desert realm and all the people of the kingdom. I know why you're here. You're here about the crown of the Tyrant King. Know that it does not please me, your reasoning for being here. When we found the artifact, we'll call it, I wanted it destroyed immediately. But the governor had to make his big announcement to everyone. Ondarians surely do love your speeches, don't you? Your pomp and your circumstance. I've had to listen to him drone on and on for days about how the crown is a symbol of our history and our destiny. He believes it should be preserved. Well, I do not share in this mindset, nor do I have a problem telling you about it. I'm fully aware that their majesty wishes to see the crown. If they do, it will have to be on an official visit. I've already convinced the governor of that, and in that respect he has appointed me the protector of the crown. I will allow you to see the crown. Do not worry. However, the time is not right. It remains firmly under lock and key for the moment, and it will stay that way until the time it can be displayed. I suggest that you send a messenger to their majesty and tell them that if they want to see the crown, they can come here to see it. They need to see our city anyway. We have not had a royal visit in centuries. They care so much about our land, it's the least they can do. So you think I'm making this a political statement? Allow me to make myself understood. I will do anything, and I mean anything, in my power to protect the people of this realm. I will do anything to prevent any evil that may wish to come upon us. This is why the crown must stay in Gebolrah. Here it is safe. Here no one can use it. I know that there are those out there who wish to use its grand power, whatever it may be. Some for power of their own, some for grand evil, some to even overtake the throne. No good can come of that. As I said, it is not yet time to display the crown. However, there will be a grand ball in a few nights. There the crown will be displayed. You are invited, of course. I believe there will be other guests arriving from the monarchy as well, including someone named, what was it? The artisan? Perhaps you can meet with them to discuss the crown. Until then, you carry on whatever duty you must as envoy of the monarchy. I have important business of my own as well. May the blessings of the earth be upon you. Go in peace and safety. Good day to you.
The guards show you to the door and force you outside. It seems you may not be altogether welcome at the palace. You decide to go for a walk, and finding yourself in a quiet part of town, you find yourself at peace for the first time in a while. Stepping through an archway, you find yourself in a most beautiful garden. Roses and other exotic plants are growing in well-groomed flower beds, and delightfully trimmed box plants grow in each corner of the garden. You hear footsteps behind you. It is an elegantly dressed female who also happens to be Ondarian. She is of a much higher nobility than yourself, however. A duchess, no doubt. She approaches and speaks.
Hello there. It is nice to see another Andorian in the city. Prior to now, it's simply been me and the captain. Have you met the captain? I'm sure you will in time. She travels everywhere with me. She's my personal bodyguard. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was? Nice to meet you. Me? I am Duchess Marguerite of Cortavia. You're here to speak to the governor about the crown of the Tyrant King, aren't you? My sources are correct then. What's that? Oh, you've met Jordana. Yes, the Grand Vizier is quite a difficult person to work with, but I assure you, under that fiery facade beats the protective and loyal heart of a true noble of the city. It's all with the best of intentions, I assure you. Now, about the crown of the Tyrant King. I hear that it's supposed to be on display later this week, in fact, at the governor's ball. Have you secured an invite to the governor's ball? Oh, you have? From who, might I ask? Oh, Jordana. Verbally. I'm afraid that simply won't do, you see. The governor's a very particular person. Yeah. He will want a written invite to permit you into the ball. No matter, I happen to have a spare invite myself, if you would be interested. Oh no, the Duke of Cortavia is simply unable to attend, so I have his invite. Right here, actually. No, that's fine. Let's see. Ah, here it is. Duke Octavius of Cortavia. That's who you will be for the evening. I am kidding, of course. But as long as you have a written invite, you'll be able to attend. Would you like this? Yes, of course. Here you are. Oh, my interest in the crown. Well, I'm a researcher, you see. Yes, I am not one of those other nobles that just struts around looking elegant. No, I have a particular passion for seeking out relics and uncovering the history behind them. Yes, exactly. So you can only imagine a feat such as the crown of the Tyrant King. To see it, and it's been a dream of mine for quite some time. Oh yes, I found other various pieces of jewellery with significant history, and I found different books and pages and weapons and armour, a lot of different relics that have quite a fascinating history, but nothing quite as spectacular as the crown of the Tyrant King. So I am very interested to finally see it for myself. Do you know about the curse? I wonder if it's true. Oh, you haven't heard about the curse? Well, they say that whoever possesses the crown of the Tyrant King will have immortality. Yes. Oh. Of course, it might be a silly idea. Perhaps, but look around you. You're in the mystical city of the East. Magic and legends and fables are woven into everyone's clothing. They're imbued in every grain of sand that you walk upon. Immortality might be a silly idea, but it could very well exist as well. And of course, you might not consider it a curse, but perhaps you don't know everything there is to know about immortality. Not that I would. But I think that it can very easily become a curse, depending, of course, on the person. Oh, you've met the historian. Yes. And what did he have to say about the crown? I'd expect as much. The historian is intelligent enough, but what he knows about the crown could be written on both sides of a handkerchief. Just between you and me. Oh. It looks like the captain is on her way over here. Although it doesn't seem to be me that she's looking to speak to. She doesn't quite look happy with you at all. I will go ahead and take my leave
always protect what's valuable to you. Most of all, the heart and the voice. Now. Oh, I should be pleased to see you. But oh, you're not who I thought you were. Well, either way, I do know why you're here, and I'm sorry, but you're altogether not welcome. Well, let me start off by saying that what I'm about to tell you is strictly confidential. So, I will be looking around, as should you, and if you see somebody overhearing us, look down and pretend that we are having simple conversation that does not require desperate eye contact. Okay? Okay. Now, when I tell you to look down, look down. So, I saw you were speaking with Marguerite. Is that correct? The Duchess. Yes. And what does it matter to you if we are on first name terms? We've been working together for a long time. Yes. And it is my before I get into that, I should probably introduce myself. But before I do that, I should probably ask you to tell me who you are. Okay? Well then, I'll introduce myself. I am Her Ladyship, Dregan Valengale, of the noble house of the same name. Yes. And you probably would like to know why you're not welcome here. I should say, you must be here, so why you're not as welcomed as maybe you'd like to be. It's the crown, that's why. Marguerite is obsessed with it. It is my duty to ensure she does not acquire it. Oh, is that surprising? Well, you see, I know how dangerous it is, and it should not fall into her hands. No. No, it should not. You see, that thing needs to be locked away at best and destroyed. At worst, somebody is coming. Look down. Fine weather we're having in the garden. Have you smelled the flowers? Simple, simple things. Look down. Well, it looks like they've passed far enough away. So, I'll go on. Anyway, the fact that the crown should be put away or destroyed. Well, I have to say that is the one thing that I do agree with Jordana about. Yes. However, there may be another element to my work that wishes to keep the crown safe. Someone's coming. Look down. It's very sandy here. It's very sandy. Indeed. Have they passed? Yes, okay. Well, okay. I am not actually directly employed by Marguerite. No. You see, I have another employer who I feel would be a much better keeper of said crown. She would be able to give it a better home and keep it safe. didn't say she. Doesn't matter what you heard. No. Anyway, she will lock it away at least, and I just have to get close enough to make my move. You see, Marguerite is my key to retrieving it. Somebody's coming, look down. The palms are lovely today. It's beautiful how they sway in the breeze. It's not, yes. Well, anyway, it does seem now that I'll need your help. However, since you appear to be spooked yourself, you don't look very confident, in my humble opinion. Likewise, you've also spooked Jordana, and now it appears that the crown will not be on public display. So, therefore, I have no choice but to ask you for your help in the upcoming scheme. As who I was expecting to show up hasn't, and I hope nothing untoward has happened to them. Still, I have you. Yeah. Okay, my true employer will be at the governor's ball. That's in a few days. And no doubt that you've heard that the artisan that's traveling from Ondar also will be there, and she is great and noble expert. She is on all things mystical, and perhaps with her help we can convince that fool to hand it over to my true employer. Look down, someone's coming. What do you mean? Who's the fool I'm talking about? You know who I speak of. Jordana, the Grand Vizier. Look, I don't know what you've been through, but please pay attention to me when I'm speaking to you. Even if we're looking down, this is very important. No, I'm not going to reveal who my true employer is. I can't afford for an amateur blabbermouth to mention anyone else is interested in the crown. Look down, someone's coming. It's warm today, is it not? Fine weather, is it not? Yes. Look, you are an envoy of the monarch, first and foremost. But it seems to me they've picked the wrong person for the job. How dare you? I have worked very hard to reach this position, and my employer and I are very close to achieving our goal. No matter. It seems I need extra pair of hands for our planned endeavor, and I was hoping for someone with some expertise in breaking and entering. Is that you? Well, I know the artisan travels with a locksmith, but you still may have other skills I can use. Oh. Right. Well, okay. Yes, well, you certainly have the gift of speech, I'll grant you that. How good a distraction can you be? No, don't answer that. My true employer and the artisan can make up their own mind at the grand ball. They can decide if you're the right material for their plan. Look down, someone's coming. I'm listening. You really think the Grand Vizier will hand the crown of the Tyrant King over if you ask nicely? What kind of simpleton are you? Well, no. No, we must ensure this is done correctly to Undarian standards. Because the crown belongs anywhere. If the crown belongs anywhere. I don't believe it belongs anywhere. But if it does, it's in the private collection of my true employer. Okay. You see, this is where it will be safest. For now, I shall leave you and let you think it over. And when you're ready, you can come find me and the others in a couple of nights at the governor's ball. We can talk about it and perhaps execute our little plan then and there. And the crown will be ours, my friend. Yes. Well, until then. No, you don't need to keep looking down. We're not talking anymore. Till then.
The captain leaves you and heads back to find the Duchess. A messenger runs up to you and hands over a letter. Opening it, you can't believe your eyes. The wife of the governor has invited you to visit her in her own chambers, a rare and unusual honour. If caught, it could mean certain death. However, it seems she has made special arrangements for you to attend. Hastily, you head back to your lodgings to dress appropriately and begin to wonder to yourself what the governor's wife is like. You know her name, Alicia. She is said to be a kind-hearted soul of great influence. Perhaps she will be able to help you return to Ondar with the crown in hand. Once you are ready, you head over to the palace. You meet a servant who takes you without question to the elegantly decorated room, fitting for the local atmosphere. Alicia is waiting patiently for you.
Welcome, my friend. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Alicia. I am the governor's wife and closest confidant. It's a pleasure to meet you. Well, I've heard that you have had quite the journey to reach us. The roads can be long and tiring, especially in the desert realm. It is important to stay refreshed and cool. Can I offer you a beverage? We have tea, water. We have Eastern Delight. Something else, perhaps. I have always enjoyed cleansing the mind with a soothing and regenerative beverage. It allows the spirit to awaken and the energies to flow through the soul. Yes, I was born in the city, and I grew up here. It's the only city in the monarchy where magic, mysticism, and hypnosis can be practiced freely without training or license. But only by those that descend from this place. It's an ancient law and custom stretching back to long before the rise of the Tyrant King. Oh, Jordana, yes. I wouldn't worry too much about her. She can be a little difficult, but it is a difficult role to fill, isn't it? It's a very stressful work being the Grand Vizier, I assure you. Yes, it seems to me that you yourself are showing signs of fatigue. Perhaps you are feeling a little stressed yourself. No matter. If you'd like, I can help you relax a little bit, and perhaps sleep will come easier to you tonight. Yes, of course. I imagine it might help you a great deal. You seem to be pure of soul and good of heart. Tell me, if you were to have the crown of the Tyrant King, what would you do with it, I wonder? I imagine you'd return it to the city of Ondar. But what if I told you there were others who would be able to protect it from falling into the wrong hands? I thought as much. Now, I'm gonna get a little bit closer to you if that's okay. Now, in order to be truly relaxed, I'm going to ask that you follow some simple instructions for me. Look deep into my eyes. Good. As you do so, imagine that they are deep, cool pools of water. Imagine how mesmerizing the water is. The waves and ripples, the depth of the dark water. As I count from 10 to 1, you will become more and more tired. Do not close your eyes, though. Keep your eyes fixated on mine. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now that I know you are listening to me, I shall plant my instructions into your mind. You must return to the Grand Master of the Peacekeepers in Cali. He and the Peacekeepers are the only people who will be able to prevent the Tyrant King from ever returning. They will protect the crown and keep it locked away forever. Locked away forever. They will be able to protect it. I fear the return of the Tyrant King. The darkness he brought corrupted all around. Whoever touched it, fell to the evil that plagued this land. With the Tyrant King back in this world, we will not know peace. We will not You must prevent that from happening. Return the crown to the peacekeepers and keep it safe for eternity. I shall now count down again from 10 to 1. And when I click my fingers, you shall awaken. And you shall remember nothing of what I have told you. You shall only remember my hospitality and my interest in your mission. You will not remember our meeting in its entirety, my friend, but I certainly shall. I know we will cross paths again. And until next time, may you remain truly fortunate. Truly fortunate. Truly fortunate. Until then, we part company. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You leave the governor's palace, feeling strangely refreshed and relaxed. You can't remember the full conversation you had with Alicia, but you seem to recall she took great interest in your mission to see the crown. Perhaps she will be able to persuade the governor to allow it to leave the city. There was something about her that seemed most mysterious, you think to yourself as you bed down for the night. You fall into what at first appears to be a dreamless sleep, but after a time, a terrifying face appears in your dream. Who is this newcomer, and what do they want?
So you are the one they have entrusted to retrieve my crown. Well, it seems they've picked someone who is easily manipulated. Good. When the time is right, I will visit you again. By then, you should have my crown in your possession. I will then tell you what needs to be done. What these fools don't realize is that the crown is perfectly safe, but it is the key to unlocking my prison. I am not dead after all, simply locked away, and I need a vessel to walk amongst the living again. You are my chosen vessel. Whatever happens, you will wear that crown, and I shall walk the land again. I shall have my revenge upon the descendants of those who wronged me. They call me the Tyrant King. Well, I will show them just how tyrannical I can truly be. The continent of Monarcha shall quiver in its entirety when they know that I have returned and am ready to begin again. Necrocia's blood harvest will look like a